Welcome to the Amazing Clarks podcast on the Black Love Podcast Network. My name is Anthony Clark.
And I'm Melanie Clark.
And we are the Amazing
Clarks.
We're both award-winning certified life and love coaches and a husband and wife duo that have been coaching together for 22 years and that have been passionately in love for 30. They call us the Amazing Clarks because we empower people to live amazing lives.
And you are here as part of our Love Revolution, where we talk about ideas and concepts to help you love yourself and others more, because we want to put more love out into the universe.
And on today's show, this show is dedicated to all the single ladies.
All the single ladies.
Yeah. All the single ladies. So we're going to talk about what's coming up for you guys as single ladies in 2022.
Yes.
We have some great things we want to share with you that are going to help you guys to find that love of your life.
Yeah. Not just the love of your life, your husband. We want to get these ladies married. They want to get married now, Anthony. They want to get married now. They are tired of waiting. They are tired of hearing that they have to grow. They want their boo, and they want him now.
Right now.
Yes.
That's right. So before we get you your boo, ladies, we're going to catch up with the Clarks.
Yes.
So how you been, baby? What's been going on?
I have been good. I have just been really busy and organizing. Like, I'm really about organization this year. I really believe, especially in business, that it takes relationships and organization to build a business. And we're great at the relationship part. And sometimes I'll just own it. I be dropping the ball on being organized part of the business sometimes. So I want to be better at that. So I'm focused on that. And I got my little sticky notes up and my calendar and meeting with my wonderful assistant, our daughter, and making sure things are going out in a timely manner. And so I like that. That makes me feel productive and happy. And I get to tell somebody what to do, which is my favorite. Yes.
The boss is in the house.
Yes, the boss is in the house. So,
love it.
So that's how my week's going. How about you? How's your week going?
My week is going well. I cannot complain. I'm just working a lot.
Yeah.
But one thing I'm looking forward to is across the street from where we live, they built that park and they built a basketball court. And literally, I've been focusing on basketball, playing basketball, not competitively.
Right.
But I miss it. I'm an ex-athlete, ex-basketball player. But it's just been in my head, and I've been focusing on it. And then, wouldn't you know, they go and build a park with a basketball court right across the street.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to get out there and start playing, so I'm excited about that. And hopefully nobody will be out there so I can play by myself, because when I play with other people, I'm trash and I feel bad, I look bad, and I get humiliated, and that doesn't feel good to me.
I think you should love and accept yourself in your basketball game at this point.
But I'm
Anthony.
not trying to compete to go to the NBA or anything like that anymore. Those days are over. I just want to go shoot around. But every time I go try to find a court and I shoot around, then people always want to play.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you don't want to play with me. Like, come on, big guy, let's play. I know you can play. It's like, no, I used to play. I can't. Come on.
Oh.
No, I'm trash. No, come on, I'm trash.
That's
then we'll
not
play.
what we're here for.
Then we play, and then I'll be like, you're trash.
I told you.
I told you so. So
that's funny.
So I know it's kind of silly, but there's little things like that. I'm still a kid at heart.
I was just going to say, like, I wonder if the listeners can hear your inner child when you talk about that, because you have literally been like a kid looking out the window, watching them build that, and you keep talking to me about it. And I'm like, if you talk to me about that basketball court one more time. But then I catch myself and I'm like, this is his little inner child. So happy to go. Right. He wanted to go out and play.
Little Anthony wanted to go play.
Like, you literally have been like, oh, it's going to be so great in the summer. And when the sun goes out and we could go out there and we could go in the evenings. And I'm like, you are like a little boy right now with a new toy that can't stop talking about it.
That's right.
Super cute.
That's right. Stay young, people.
Yes. I'll play basketball with you. I like playing basketball with you.
Then I'm looking forward to it.
I won't think you're trash because I'm right there with you.
I just want to play for fun.
Yes, we'll just have some fun and play. So good. That's right. Sounds like you've had a good week.
That's right. And if it happens to be a Lakers scout around and wants to recruit me,
Anthony,
that's a whole different story.
But
that's not my goal.
No, that is not your goal.
That's not my goal. That's right.
I think that ship has left the dock. You had your shot. You shot your shot.
Yes, and I'm good with it.
And I'm glad where you landed. So
that's right.
I'll go play with you. We'll have some fun playing basketball.
That's right. I always think about that. Like, what if I would have made it to the NBA?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be a coach, a life coach.
No.
And in all actuality, I love being a life coach.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I talked about it before. When I played basketball in New York and All City and all that stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
when I played basketball, I was a king.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm coaching, I'm a god.
Yeah, it's all spirit.
Yeah, because it's straight from the higher power.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to choose one career or the other, I'm grateful with the one that I have.
Yeah.
I love being a coach. I love helping people. I love changing lives and not just entertaining people.
So let's talk about these single ladies. How can we help them this year? You've created a program. I've created a program. So we're putting together a series for the singles ladies. I Want to Get Married Now series.
Right. And, we've talked about this many times. And when we first started off, really coaching couples. And then we kind of went into singles.
Yes.
And with the couples, we had just amazing success across the board.
Mm-hmm.
90% plus client success rate. But then with the singles, it's trickier.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're dealing with energy in a completely different way.
Yes.
And we would do really, really well with them, but we're not happy until we get 100%.
Right.
And 90% is not good enough for us when it comes to that. We want more. So we're doing incredibly well, but this year we realize we want to give it more attention so we can completely kill a game.
Yes.
So we want to get all of our single women married. Right now, it's like we have 90% of them that we've been coaching, 95% actually. But now this year we want to go for 100.
Yeah, I agree with that.
More attention.
So one of the things that really inspired me is I end up seeing some clients on my own. You end up seeing some clients on your own, but I have a whole coaching business with some single ladies on my own that I've been working with. And I've been watching them attract their partner and fall in love. And so I was like, I want to help more women do this. I want to help groups of women do this because I think it's important to be around people who are going through what you're going through because they're a mirror for you. They can help you to see the things that maybe you're saying and doing that you can't see for yourself. You'll hear someone else do it and then think, oh, I do that too. Maybe I need to shift that energy or something like that. So I want to bring groups of women together and coach them through the energy that's blocking them from attracting their partner. And most of the time, and this is just so fascinating to me, most of the time they're not attracting a partner simply because of the story that they're telling. They're telling themselves a story that it's not possible. They've had some bad experiences. So those things continue to loop. They loop on the same energy, and that energy is actually not a match to attracting the partner. But it's really difficult to change your thoughts. It's really difficult to change those patterns without help because we go into autopilot. Our brain just does what it does, and a lot of people are not aware of their own thoughts. So they just keep telling that story. They just keep telling it, and they keep getting the same possibility.
Right. But through our coaching, and over the years, we've coached over 22 years, so many single women.
Yes, we have.
And these single women, they come to us and they want to find love. They want to attract a family, and they want to get married. And a lot of them, like you said, they don't believe that it's possible.
Yes.
So not only do we work on the energy and help them to attract love, but then we help them to attract that marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they meet the guy, then they come back to us for couples coaching.
Yes.
Premarital coaching. And then they get married. And oftentimes we marry them as well because we officiate weddings. For many of you guys that don't know that.
We do a lot of stuff, man.
Yes, we do. And then when they have the babies,
yes,
we're like the first ones they call, or we end up going
parent
to the
coaching.
party, parent coaching. Yeah. So we go through an entire process with them.
Yes.
And there's been especially like the last couple of years, so many beautiful babies have been born. And each time we have one born, I feel like they're our kids in a way too.
Yes.
And so
I would say more like my grandchildren.
Yeah.
I'm not having any more babies. We have discussed this, or
well, they're having it for you, so you don't got to worry about that.
Yes.
And the thing about it is that overall, they'll nail it. 90 plus.
Mm-hmm.
But then there are those that are stubborn.
Yes.
And those are the ones that make us like, okay, how do we crack this nut? Because when it comes to energy, we can't get inside you. We can't physically get inside your head and alter things. We can lead you to water.
Yeah.
We can lead the horse to water, but you can't make them piss in it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the part that's tricky. And if they're stubborn, then we can't do anything about that. So we get some women that attract the love that they want within a couple of months or within a year. They attract the family, all of it. But then you get those that are stubborn, that just want to hold on to that story. And no matter what we tell them, they find an excuse to go, no, I got it because of this, no, because of that. And we can't do anything about that. So you have to want it.
Yes.
You have to believe that you can have it. You have to be open. If we got to fight you, then you in trouble. You ain't going to get it. You have to be a cooperating component.
Well, you have to ask yourself, what are you fighting for? You're fighting for your story. You're fighting for the lack. And that's what happens is the experiences start to build up, and they've had painful experiences, and that is their reality. But instead of shifting out of that reality, they want to fight for it. It's the truth. This is how it is. And that's okay, but you're going to keep getting the same results if you keep sticking to that story.
Yes.
You know how they say, like, insanity is doing the exact same thing and expecting a different result. Well, what you believe creates your reality. And if you don't believe that you can have it, then you have to do things to make sure you don't have it. And the things that they do are so subtle, and they don't even notice that they're doing it. Like, this is a huge one, and it's going to sound silly. You would think anybody would be able to figure out, I'm not going to attract a husband if I don't date. But so many single women want to get married, but they don't want to date. You have to date if you want to get married. But they'll give every excuse in the world. I don't like online dating. I don't like coffee dates. I don't like meeting people that I don't know. Well, if you want a husband, then you have to do that. You have to push past your discomfort. You have to push past your fear, and you have to change your perspective on it. Look at it like a journey of joy. I'm shopping. I get to go on all these dates and meet all these interesting men and not so interesting, and that's okay. And I get to meet them all because I'm choosing a life partner. I'm looking for someone that wants the same thing in life that I want. But if you're fighting to not date, and I don't like it, and I can't believe I have to go on another coffee date, it's exhausting. When I want something, I will go for it. I will override exhaustion. I will push myself because I want it. So I think really helping them recognize, like, don't fight for the past. Don't fight for your past experiences. Don't keep it going. Shift that energy to, I'm going to have it. Like, when you want to manifest something, you have to declare it to the universe. And when you declare it to the universe, you say, bring that to me now, then you have given a command with some energy that the universe can pick up. But if you're saying, like, oh, I want to get married, but I hate dating, and oh, these men suck, and there's no good men out there. You're saying to the universe, don't bring me any good men. Don't bring me a husband, because I don't even believe that exists for me. So it's shifting the stories and the belief about marriage that I think is huge. And that's what I've put in the program. That's what you put in your program to help them to create a new story that matches what they actually want, which is marriage and family and a husband.
And I think that that goes into a different direction. So wanting to get married is one thing.
Yes.
But wanting a loving, mutually satisfying marriage is a completely different thing.
Yes.
So you can get married without the love. You can just, get married to check it off your
to-do list?
Checklist.
Okay.
And you can do that right away.
Yeah.
But if you want love and happiness and be fulfilled, and that's what we're teaching our clients to go for. We're not really into just, we'll get you married just for the sake of being married. No, we're trying to help our clients to find love. We're trying to help them to attract what we have.
Yes.
And that's what we're selling. And if in order to get that, you have to come with a very different energy.
Yes.
A much, much bigger energy, cooperating energy. You have to want it. You have to emanate it. That's a big part of it too. What you want, you have to be a match to. most people, most single people, especially women, they don't know what they actually want.
Yeah, I could see that.
Right. And we say, so for example, today I've realized that this is another great way to use the love report cards for singles.
Right.
So for those of you that don't know, we created this relationship app, online app. It's called Love Report Cards. Over the years, we realized that there are 10 dimensions of love. And these are the 10 most vital areas of a committed romantic relationship. Couples that are able to keep each other satisfied in all 10 dimensions are almost guaranteed to have a great marriage or relationship. The 10 dimensions of love are trust, honesty, consideration, communication, attitude, attentiveness, supportiveness, physical appearance, romance, and sex. So instead of looking at your relationship as a one-dimensional thing, it's not one-dimensional. So if someone goes, how's your relationship? To just say okay or good, that's a one-dimensional answer. There are 10 dimensions to a relationship. How is each dimension? So are you happy in trust? Are you happy in love? Are you happy in honesty? You got to look at all of those areas. So with singles, I realize one of the great ways they can use it, if you want to attract a man, because first of all, if you don't know what you want, it's going to be really difficult to attract it.
Yeah.
So you don't want to attract.
It's like you're waiting for something to happen. You're waiting for something to show up to see if it's what you want.
Right. And you don't want to attract just the generic man.
No.
You want something specific. So now you have to be specific. So it's like you're going to build a man. Like build a bear, you're going to build a man.
Right.
You got to create him in your mind first.
Yes.
So instead of just saying, I want a good guy, no, let's go down to the dimensions. Let's break it down. Let's go deeper. When it comes to trust, how do you want this guy to be? How do you want your relationship to look when it comes to trust? How do you want that to play out? So, for example, when it comes to trust, my guy, I don't have to worry about him cheating on me. He's very honest and loyal. He's a man that keeps his word.
Yes.
You're getting specific. And then when it comes to honesty, what does this guy look like, this dream guy?
Yes.
When it comes to consideration, communication, attitude. So once you get clear and go deeper with each one, then you just built your perfect guy.
Yeah.
Now you know what you need to attract. If you want to attract that, guess what you have to be? You have to be a match to him in all of those areas as well. So when it comes to trust, are you trustworthy?
Right.
Are you loyal? When it comes to honesty, are you honest? Do you see what I'm saying? So
yes.
Whatever you want to attract, look at the 10 dimensions, go through each one, build the guy that you want in each dimension, and then look at yourself honestly.
Yes.
And ask yourself, are you a match to that? And if you're not, then do the things that you need to do to become a match to that. So then what's going to happen is you're the embodiment of all 10 dimensions of love.
Yes.
And once you embody that, then you will attract that. The outside world is just a hologram of what's going on inside of you.
Yes.
So if you want to attract something outside of you, you have to create it within you first, and then you'll be a match to it.
Yeah, 100%. Also, I love utilizing the report cards with my single ladies when they're dating, and for them to grade the dates, because it's like, I don't know if he's the right one. I don't know if he's the one. But when you start looking at those 10 dimensions when you're dating, if you're getting 7 out of 10, you're doing great. You should continue the dating process with this person, because I think a lot of times I see my single clients throw away great candidates because they're not sure. And they're waiting for some magic to happen, right? Like they want this, the birds to sing and the stars to fall from the sky. And they think that's what's going to clue them into if this is the right person for me. That's just chemistry. That's just attraction chemicals bringing you together. But you have to build beyond that, because those chemicals are going to go away eventually. So you don't want to build your ideal partner based on just chemistry.
That's one-dimensional.
It's one-dimensional, and that chemistry has to get recreated after you get married, because after 1 to 3 years, that chemistry is going to go away anyway. So you don't want to build the foundation on that, and that's what I see a lot of single women do. They're just looking for that chemistry. memory.
Right.
And they're not really looking at like, what are the actual things that I need to build a life? And that's a huge thing too. What do you want your life to be like with your partner? And those are the things you're listening for when you're going on dates. What do they want their life to be like? Do they want the same lifestyle that you want? And I think sometimes that gets lost. I was just talking to someone the other day that was telling me about a family member that got married recently, and her husband was from another country. And after they got married, he wants to go back to the other country and live there for a month every 3 months. And they have a baby, and she does not want to do that. She doesn't speak the language. She doesn't like the country. She doesn't want to travel that much. And my question was, did they not discuss that in dating? Like, they did not discuss that before they got married? But
obviously not.
Obviously not. But those are the things that we want to help people dig deeper in dating, so that you're successful and that you and your partner are moving in the same direction and want to create the same life together.
Yes. Let me go back to what you were saying about using the report cards to check compatibility.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a variety of love report cards, and one of them, if for singles, it's a compatibility report card. And so it's like, how do you know when you found the one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a lot of times, a lot of women, they get rid of guys, like you said, that are the one, that are pretty good.
Yeah.
Because they're not engaging it the right way.
Right.
So with the report card, what you do is that if you're dating someone and you're considering them, like, is this guy a possibility? Then go to theamazingclarks.com, go to the compatibility report cards for singles, and then grade that guy in all 10 dimensions. So when it comes to trust, how trustworthy is he? Give him a grade, A, B, C, D, or F.
Right.
And then you write a little explanation next to each grade of why you gave that person that grade. When it comes to honesty, what grade would you give this person? Consideration, communication, attitude, attentiveness, supportiveness, physical appearance, romance, sex. Go through all categories and leave a comment for each one. Now, what's going to happen is that at the end of it, it's going to give you an overall grade average.
Right.
And a lot of times, a lot of these single women, they think like, this guy is so horrible because I'm not getting everything I want. But then when they grade them, they say, wait a minute, it's a B. It's an A. Because they're looking at what they think is like the flaws.
Right.
But they're not seeing all of the other
good
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
And when they do the report card, it's like, oh my God, wait a minute. When it comes to romance, he gets an A. This guy is really actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Because you're seeing it from a different perspective. You're looking at it in a multi-dimensional perspective. So you're going deeper. You're seeing it on a deeper and more meaningful level. Use the report card for that to check your compatibility. And if it's maybe a B or maybe I think once you get to like a C, you can still improve that if the person wants to work on those things.
Right.
If they're relationship active.
Right.
Meaning that they're willing to do whatever it takes in order to make the relationship work. You need two people in a relationship that are relationship active in order to build a great relationship. If one person is, but the other one is relationship inactive, it ain't going to work.
Well, I'm telling my single ladies, you need to be relationship active with yourself, which means you are willing to go on dates. You are willing to get dressed up. You are willing to take a video call. You are willing to ask for what you want and not hold back. Like that, to me, when you're single, that's relationship active. You've declared it. I'm going to have it, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. If that means going on blind dates, if that means internet dating, if that means coffee dates, I mean, if you really want it, it could be like come like a job, and you've got to give it focus and time and energy. And I think the report card is really helpful to single people because it helps them gauge where they're at, because our brains naturally want to protect us. Like, we are always in survival mode. So we tend to filter everything through, let me look for the threats. Let me look for the flaws. Let me look for what's wrong. And I believe what's happened is that's a lot of what we're seeing, and we don't see the good parts. So you're right. The report card helps them to see the good parts of the guys. Right. So can I tell a quick story?
You can tell a long story,
Thank
a quick
you.
story. You can tell whatever.
Thank you. I just experienced this with one of my clients that is falling madly in love with this guy. And she met him on another occasion and they sat down and had a conversation. And he point blank told her, I want to get married. I want a family. I'm a Christian. She's a Christian. I want a woman that loves the Lord and wants to go to church. And I'm having a hard time finding a woman that wants those things. And she was like, I'm having a hard time finding a guy that has those things. Now, this is a man and a woman talking about having a hard time finding what each of them wants while they're right there with each other. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the conversation, he said, we should go out. And she said, I don't know, because he's younger than her. So she found a reason why it wouldn't work, and she did not go out with him. Mm-hmm. So while she was coaching with me, she was not dating. So I started to do my bossy, pushy, coachy thing, and I pushed her and I forced her to go. I was on the line with her while she filled out her profile. It's like, nope, we're doing it now, because every week you tell me you're going to do it. You're not doing it. So we did it. And as soon as she committed to dating, she attracted someone online, and guess what? He circled back. He circled back and was like, I really want to date you. Why aren't you going out with me? And then she talked to me about it. And I was like, girl, give him a chance. It doesn't matter if he's younger. It's okay for older men to date younger women. Why are women holding back? You better get you a youngin' if you can, right? So she ended up going out on a date with him. And she said to me afterwards, like, I don't know why I didn't date him in the first place. He's great. We're having a great time. We have so much in common. We want the same things. There's so much chemistry and compatibility. And the other thing that she said, and I just wish every woman could hear this, when it's right, it's just easy. Yeah, it's just like, I'm not anxious. I'm not wondering if he's going to call or text. He just calls and he texts, and he actually wants to be on the phone every night. You know, he wants to FaceTime every day. He's pursuing her. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for that mutual desire. And I think a lot of times women get hung up on, why isn't he doing this? And why is that? Leave that stuff alone. If they're not doing it, then they're not it. Keep going, because when a man wants a woman, he will come for you. Yeah. He will come for you. And this guy came for her. And can I tell you, it thrills my soul watching her fall in love. Mm-hmm. Like, it is just thrilling. I want that for everyone. So I see it play out in coaching sessions all the time. Yeah. They sabotage unknowingly. No one's doing this on purpose. But like I said earlier, you have to have behavior that keeps your story alive. So if you're telling yourself it's not possible, it's hard, men don't pursue, they're flaky, blah, 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 then you have to do things to make that story true. It may be email. I had one yesterday tell me that she met a guy that was on her online dating email. She noticed him, and then for some reason, she just kept going. And when she actually circled back and read the email, they started dating, and he was a great match. Mm. But she missed it the first time because her story was, it's not possible.
Right.
And then she did some coaching, and it became possible in her mind, and then she saw it.
There you go. That's how it works.
Yes.
Another one that we found, and it was actually, we learned this in our own personal lives when we were dating. Mm-hmm. Think about this. Now, everything is energy.
Yes.
And your energy is created by perspective. Mm-hmm. And that perspective creates the energy, which has a frequency, a specific frequency. So if you're a single lady and you want love, you want yummy, warm, exciting, fulfilling, satisfying, joyful, cuddling, vibrant love. Mm-hmm. Think about how good that would feel.
Yes.
Think about how amazing that would feel to have someone to love you with all their heart, and someone that you trust, and someone that's there for you that you're just crazy about. If that's what you want right now, just thinking about it made you feel good. Mm-hmm. It made you feel excited. That feeling, that mood you're in, is a frequency. Mm-hmm. That is the frequency of love. If you're able to hold on to that, then you will eventually emanate that. If you focus on that, you will emanate that. Mm-hmm. And then once you emanate it, that energy, that frequency is going to go out into the world. And as long as you stay consistent with it, you can't just do it for an hour and then go back to being bitchy and angry.
Right.
But if you can hold on to
Or
that
sad.
frequency,
Or sad.
Or
I
sad.
want to be clear.
Or-
women
or-
are not just angry and bitchy. They're just sad. They feel that way because they want it, you know?
there's a lot of them that are angry and bitchy too.
Okay.
And sad too. It's a little bit of all.
Sad and
But
lonely.
I'm keeping it real.
Sad and lonely.
2022, I'm keeping it real.
Oh, that's right. You did warn us.
And so if you're able to maintain that frequency that feels good to you,
Mm-hmm.
then eventually you will attract a guy that matches that.
Yes.
But now what happens is that instead of holding on to that frequency, it's so easy to get caught up into it's not happening.
Yes.
What's wrong? Why does she have it but I don't?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't this guy step up to the plate? Why can't? So you see, you're turning that beautiful, wonderful frequency into a low vibration frequency
Mm-hmm.
of hopelessness, of frustration, of bitterness, of sadness.
Right.
And then you drag yourself out to go date.
Right.
And what do you think you attract?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to attract men or people that match that frequency. And then you go, see, damn it, this always happens. Guess what you just did? You just recreated it again.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to attract more of it. And then you go, see, it's happening again. It's the truth. Okay, you can do that all you want, but you're going to keep attracting it. So now, if you want to get off that merry-go-round, what do you got to do? You got to change your story. You got to change your perspective. You got to change your frequency. Now, some of you go, I don't want to. Then fine. Free will.
Yeah.
Why I got to change? Why can't he? No, fine. You have every right to have that perspective
Yeah.
and hold on to that. But guess what? You're going to keep attracting what you've been attracting. So now the key is to make a choice. Not because Anthony Clark is telling you to, not because Melanie Clark is telling you to, not because your mother's looking at you and your family going, when are you going to get this done? When are you going to get married?
Yeah.
You got to do it because you want it, because it feels wonderful to you when you think about it. And you're going to emanate that, and you're going to be that love. And when you stop noticing the lack of it, that's when it shows up. And when you stop noticing the lack of it, you stop noticing the lack of it because you're in the moment and you're grateful and appreciative for the life that you have right now, regardless of what life that is.
Yes.
So that's the key. You have to be a magnet to love. You have to emanate love. You have to have it within you. You have to be high frequency, and it will find you.
Yes.
Guarantee you.
Yes. And you have to appreciate all of dating, even the dates that it's not a match. Don't get mad at them. Just say, I'm getting closer. It's a numbers game. It's like sales. You have to talk to so many people before you get a sale. That's just how it works. So you have to date a certain number of people that are not going to be it before you get to it. And what I find is they get tired of dating, so then they stop and then they start. And it's like, stick with it, get through the numbers, and get through the numbers with joy and find something to appreciate about each date.
Mm-hmm.
And let them go gently if they're not a match to you. Thank you so much for the date. I don't think it's a good fit, but I appreciate you taking the time to go out with me. It was really nice. Good luck to you. That's it. Don't ghost people. Don't get mad because they're not who they look like, they said they look like. Just keep moving. Just keep moving towards your goal. You have a goal, and you can't let anything stop you from your goal. I wanted to add this to how you were saying about energy, like how you have to emanate that energy. I was reading something the other day about the concept of like energy and your thoughts creating your energy. Sometimes it's hard for people to wrap their head around it. And this book was saying, think of each energetic frequency as a smell, right? So if you're in the energy of fear, you smell like fear.
Mm-hmm.
And if you smell like fear, the people that are going to make you fearful are going to smell that.
Mm-hmm.
The guys that are going to make you anxious, if you're anxious, they're going to smell that anxiety and they're going to be attracted to you. So the energy that you emanate and radiate, think of it as having a smell, and they're going to pick up that scent. So you want the scent to be like the report cards, love and supportiveness, and you're trustworthy and you're honest. You're an amazing catch. And that's the other thing. You have to see yourself that way. Instead of looking at them and going like, well, what do they have to offer me? Look at yourself and say, this is what I have to offer them. And it's amazing. And because I'm amazing, my match is going to be amazing. I'm so excited that we are searching for each other, and I know he's going to pick up my scent, and I'm going to pick up his scent. And we are going to love it. It's going to be amazing. You have to tell that story.
Yes. And without that energy, because the energy is the most important thing, because everything is energy.
Yes.
You can get on those dating sites. You can go out to the club every single night. You can go on dates every single night. But if you do it without the right energy, you're not going to get the results that you want.
Yeah.
So energy first, people.
Yeah.
Energy first.
And I'll just say that is why some people can start dating and meet someone right away, and some don't. It really is about the energy and the perspective that you have. Some people go into dating with super excitement, and they're not giving themselves a time limit. They're not worried about it. They're like, I just want to go out there and date. I think of it like going to the club. I don't know about y'all, but I loved dating because I got to get dressed up and I got to get cute and I got to meet someone and maybe try a new restaurant or go somewhere different. And even if it wasn't a good date, I still got to have life experience. And so I was always grateful for that. So I want to add one more thing, and then I know we need to wrap it up. But this is one of my favorite topics. I just want to say to you, to my single ladies, like, you are love and light. And I know that you've had life experiences that maybe hurt you or maybe didn't go the way that you wanted them to go. And the more that you hold on to those, it dims your light. And it makes it harder for your person to find you. So you got to flip that light switch on, and you got to just emanate and radiate the love and light that you are, and he will find you. And let him find you. You don't got to look for him. Just show up. Just show up and receive. Show up with the mindset of, my light is on and he's going to find me, and I'll know. I will absolutely know it's him when he shows up.
Do you want me to catch it?
Catch it.
You just dropped the mic. I'll catch it for you.
Thanks, babe.
Yeah, girl.
I appreciate you.
Get it. Dropping
Yes.
bombs on them, baby.
I'm telling you, I love this.
We need to talk about this. Let's get another episode in. Let's tackle this some more. This is good too.
We're doing I'm starting an online course. It's 4 weeks for single women only. And this is what we're going to be working through, and so much more. We're going to be working on your story. We're going to be creating a new story. We're going to be clearing out all those past loves that you keep telling yourself should have been, would have been, could have been yours, that you're comparing everybody to. Like, there's so much to this. So if you want to get married now, check out our courses are on our Instagram channel on our bio. But we're going to keep helping you with this because there's so many.
Go to the website to get the to start using the report
start
cards.
using the report card.
At amazingclocks.com.
Yes. But we're going to keep helping you with this. We're going to talk a lot about this year, because love is coming for you, and we are going to make sure you are a match to it.
That's right. We're going to hold your hand and guide you through the process every single step of the way this year. So stick with us.
Yes. And remember, you are love and light. There's nothing wrong with you.
That's right. So we're at the end of the show. That was a great episode.
That was great.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to get a copy of our book, Crack the Code, Secrets to Achieving Your Happily Ever After. If you guys want to book a coaching session with us, go to theamazingclocks.com. If you're interested in becoming a life coach, or you just want to learn some amazing techniques and skills so you can life coach yourself.
Yes.
Check out our website at the Law of Attraction LifeCoachAcademy.com, where we train and certify you to become a life coach.
Yes.
So on that note, we'll talk to you guys next time.
Yes.
We gave it to you. Now what you going to do with it?
See you next time.